South Korea is finally fighting back against Johnny Somali, taking serious action and holding their first trial in December.
If he was doing this as a joke once, I would say that they're probably not going to do anything about it, right? The problem is he has repeatedly done this, not just once, but multiple times.
And because he is doing this over and over, the judge increases jail time.
So a judge looking at him doing this maliciously and repeatedly could say, yeah, no, we're actually going to charge him with that. And we're going to ding him on that one too, because he's done this over and over and over again. U.S. streamer Johnny Somali handed to Korean prosecutors for convenience store outburst.
We have some updated news on Johnny Somali. In a recent post by Legal Mindset, as you can see, Johnny Somali is now scared and trying to hide. He's attempting to claim privacy over his face by filing false YouTube claims, despite being a public figure. Team YouTube should be aware that this is a very public figure, active on social media, who is attempting to suppress footage of himself. Let's break down what Johnny Somali is actually trying to do. As many of you know, virtually everyone has been making videos about Johnny Somali's incidents and the things he's done in Korea and Japan.
Are you familiar with Johnny Somali?
No.
He was living it up in South Korea until he went up to these statues. They're called the Statues of Peace. So he had the grand idea of going up and fondling the women, pouring baby oil all over them. He then undressed.
He gave him the Diddy treatment?
Yeah, he then undressed himself and then he danced on them.
No.
So now he was sent to jail again. He also made a deep fake video where he was making out with one of South Korea's biggest celebrities. Now she's suing him, and that's another 7 years that's added on. All in all, he's looking at 29 years in prison right now.
29 years!
This widespread coverage has pushed the Korean government to file strict charges against him, and reports suggest that his potential sentence, previously estimated at 29 years, could now increase to 36 years. To counter this, Johnny is requesting YouTube to flag or remove any videos featuring his face, aiming to prevent people from creating content about him. His goal is to make people forget about him over time, hoping that as an American citizen, Korea might eventually release him with only minor charges and fines. However, a new video is currently surfacing on the internet where a Korean lawyer explains how Johnny Somali will face even more trouble for what he just did.
What is your opinion on all the stuff that is happening with Johnny Somali in Korea? Yeah, once he finished with the police investigation, he will be deported, and what he did was horrible. Yeah, of course, his each actions and each videos that he took and each of his contents are full of crimes, of course. Yeah, literally, he will be punished for misdemeanor, defamation, sexual harassment, insults, assault cases.
The lawyer is explaining that whatever Johnny Somali did in Korea, he will face serious consequences. However, there is also a very big chance that Johnny Somali could be deported to the USA. If that happens, it would be a significant embarrassment for South Korea and could potentially encourage others like Johnny Somali to commit similar acts in Korea and other parts of the world in the future.
Of course, he was also a victim of many assault cases, but at the same time, he will face many prosecutions in Korea.
He's right. Johnny Somali has also been attacked many times, for which he has filed cases against those who assaulted him. But what Johnny doesn't understand is that this isn't the USA, where you can file lawsuits over minor issues. This is Asia. Now, due to his repeated reckless behavior and the serious nature of his actions, the Korean authorities have decided to move forward with legal proceedings. His trial is officially set to begin this December, as confirmed by Legal Mindset. This marks a significant step in holding him accountable for his actions, which have sparked outrage both locally and internationally. The decision to start his trial highlights the Korean government's firm stance on addressing such behavior and ensuring justice is served. Now let's get back to the lawyer, who explained how messing with North Korea will bring even more trouble for Johnny Somali.
Of course, which will end up mostly in fine, of course. Anyway, yeah, he will face many punishment, many guilty sentences in Korea, and anyway, yeah, he will be deported. His visa will be cancelled. But the real problem is that his misbehavior it led to a lot of prejudice and biased views to American. or like black Americans, or sometimes because of his naming that he named himself Somali, so many Somali people.
I 100% agree, and I'm sure many of you watching will also agree with me. The people who have faced the most damage because of Johnny Somali are black people, especially black Americans and Somalians. Now, anyone visiting these countries might be treated poorly because of the reputation Johnny Somali has created. But I also have to admit that people like us, content creators, played a significant role in exposing Johnny Somali's actions to the world. By shining a light on his behavior, we've helped raise awareness about individuals like him, ensuring that people are more vigilant in the future. This collective effort helps make it clear that no one can get away with doing these kinds of things without facing consequences.
Stephanie Sue in the Rotten Mango podcast introduces Johnny's crimes against Korea to millions of other more offline people, which is only going to apply further pressure to the Korean government to do something very uncharacteristic and absolutely throw the book at an American, as something like 16 years in prison is on the table.
I think this guy is destroying the reputation of black people here in Asia. It's sad, because I know quite a lot of black people who are highly intelligent.
So that kind of biased view and prejudice, that's what harms the society. So it's a horrible crime, not because he just committed a crime. The impact of his actions by harassing Korean people and Korean history and many Asian histories and Asian cultures, what he did in many Asian countries, that will leave a long legacy, negative legacy, which will hurt a lot of people and which will lead to many prejudiced views to foreigners.
If he was doing this as a joke once, I would say that they're probably not going to do anything about it, right? The problem is he has repeatedly done this, not just once, but multiple times.
And because he is doing this over and over, the judge maybe increases jail time?
So a judge looking at him doing this maliciously and repeatedly could say, yeah, no, we're actually going to charge him with that. And we're going to ding him on that one too, because he's done this over and over and over again. And
Johnny Somali is now banned from TikTok also. Today I'm going to search his name on TikTok, but there is no ID on there. But 1 day ago I collected some footage from there, but now his ID was banned. I don't know why. Maybe he violated TikTok guideline, we know that. By making such statements, he may be seeking to provoke further controversy, potentially as a way to garner more attention or deflect from his legal troubles. However, it's too late for Johnny. That strategy isn't going to work. His controversial actions have made him one of the most recognized faces in the streaming world, and his attempt to suppress his public image is unlikely to succeed.